Hey everybody, hope your day's been great. It's your boy Trix. Today we're going to be doing another Rustlings video. For people who are returning to the channel, you probably realize that this isn't your regular scheduled programming again. Just to give a little bit of an update with how I'm feeling with Rust and everything. I appreciate the tutorial for building a game. Obviously, like I've been doing that for how many streams now? Like 30-ish streams? And the content is pretty good for like the actual game mechanics. But in terms of what I'm learning for Rust specifically, I don't think I'm learning as much as I could be. And that's not the fault of the creator at all. That's probably just because of me, right? Like, I don't think I'm learning as much as I could from the tutorial. I know other people, like, they enjoy doing like online courses and they enjoy doing these like projects where it's like, oh, it's like a tutorial and it walks you through the whole thing. And if it's like documentation, like the spring ones, I appreciate it because it like gave me like the bare bones of, oh, this is how you do this is how you do that. But to understand the language better, I feel like it's not enough for me to understand the language. Like, as you guys have seen if you've watched my streams with those games, when I was building the game, it was literally just me copy pasting, right? And me like muddling my way through of, oh, maybe it works like this, maybe it works like that. But when it comes to like me doing Rustlings now, I'm finding it a lot better in terms of me actually learning. I feel like I'm learning a lot more just by doing Rustlings than if I was doing the game. And it's not, again, it's not a knock on the creator of the game tutorial. It's a really good tutorial. I think his name's Robert Wiseman or something along those lines. But again, his tutorial is really good. I highly recommend checking it out if you want to get into games programming, especially if you already have a foundation, if you already understand Rust, right? But for me, I want to just get better, and I feel like I'm skipping a lot of things in between by just doing the game tutorial. I want to get to the point where I can write good quality code in Rust and not feel like I'm just copy pasting. Where like when I'm doing Rustlings, I'm not copy pasting. I'm just like muddling my way through it, but I'm at least writing it myself, right? And just writing it myself makes me feel a lot better that I'm learning it and trying to understand it. And then if I don't understand something or like need a hint, he'll just tell me read this documentation, and I really appreciate that. So for the next couple of streams, I'm going to just be doing Rustlings, and then as soon as I finish Rustlings, I'm going to do PNG Me. I believe the project's called PNG Me, but genuinely, if anybody has any tutorials that are kind of like Rustlings or PNG Me, please send them my way. I want to primarily focus on TDD tutorials, so tutorials that have tests that you need to get passing, and then like a specification that tells you, hey, you need to do this, kind of like with Rustlings or what I assume PNG Me is going to be like, and it just lets you run off and do whatever you want, right? Because then, cool, I might not get to the exact answer that someone else wrote, but I'll at least be able to say, okay, cool, I've done it like this. Then after doing it, I can compare it with someone else, and I can be like, okay, this is how they done it, this is how, and then I can like iterate on what I've done and try to improve it myself, right? Because I feel like I'm not doing as much problem solving if I'm just following a tutorial, but with like Rustlings or PNG Me, which I'm assuming for PNG Me when I do it, I'll be doing a lot more problem solving and actually feeling like I'm learning the language as I'm problem solving. And I feel like lots of tutorials aren't built for that. They're just built to get you up and running with what you know, so you can just hack on it fast, which is fair enough. That's a good way to get lots of people into it, right? But I want to be able to understand the language better, and I feel like even though you can do that with tutorials, you need to do a lot of tutorials like the ones from like the game tutorial. I have to do a lot of tutorials like that to properly understand the language, and you'll have to constantly be looking at it again and again. But if you're just problem solving, I feel like you'll understand the language at least a little bit quicker. Yeah, it will be a lot longer. The ramp up period to start hacking on it will be a lot longer, just because you don't know everything and you haven't seen everything. But your understanding, I feel like, you'll understand the language a lot faster than someone who's just been hacking on it, because they'll know how to do something, but they won't understand the underlying thing of it. Whereas with Rustlings, I'm feeling that I'm understanding the underlying bit of it, because if I don't know how to do something, it makes me read the documentation, or it tells me, okay, try doing this, try doing that, instead of, hey, this is what you need to do, copy paste. And again, this is purely done to how I'm learning. Other people might learn differently, and that's completely valid to them. It's just I personally prefer this way. So we're gonna go with this and doing PNG me. And then in the future, if I feel like I want to come back to the game, then we'll continue doing the game. But honestly, I don't know if I want to continue doing the game, just because it's still copy pasting and I'm not learning as much as I want to. It's sad to say, obviously, that I'm not learning as much as I want to through writing that game. Like, it's a very cool project. I just wish there were more projects that were TDD based. So yeah, if anybody has any tutorials that are like TDD based, that are literally just, hey, here's some tests, here's what you need to do, hack away, please send them my way. I would really appreciate that. Anyway, on a lighter note, we're going to be doing Rustlings, and I believe I am currently, sorry, Rustlings, Rustlings verify. We should be at 24%, I think. There we are, yeah, 24.5. So, we'll see how far we get. Considering it took me, I think, 2 streams to get to 24%, I'm assuming it's going to take me 3 or 4 more streams to, well, I'm going to say 3. 3 streams to get to 100%, but we're going to aim for an hour and just see how we get along. So, if I do, okay, so move semantics. Okay, so VI. SRC, nope, it's exercises. Move semantics 1. So, execute rustlings or hint. Fill vec. Push. Okay, what was the error code? Consider making this mutable. So if I on line 9, so when it does the vec1.push on 88, okay, so it's saying fill the vector, which is a mutable vector, which is, so vec0 is, okay, sorry, I'm realizing that I'm just rambling. Okay, hang on. So this is a vector, right? It's saying it's a new vector. Then when it fills a vector, calls fill vector for vec0, it makes that vector mutable, pushes to that vector, and then returns the vector, right? So it's just saying, hey, this vector, I want it to be stored in the mutable vector parameter, push to it, and then return that vector, which is vec0, which becomes vec1, right? But vec1 isn't mutable. You're saying let a immutable object, which is vec1, contain fill of the mutable variable returned from fill vec, right? So the easiest way to do this is make this mutable. See? So then if I do it's not on line 13. Did I make a change on line 13? I don't know if it was line 13 that I did that. No, I made the change on line 8. Cool. Okay, so compiling error, please try again, here's the output. Okay, borrow of moved value, vec0. Okay, move occurs because vec0 has type vec I32, which does not implement the copy trait, and the values move to vec1, but then the values borrowed after. Consider changing this parameter type in function fillVec to borrow instead of owning the value instead, if owning the value isn't necessary. Ooh, okay, so this one I'm gonna have to check the hint for, because either I can make vec0 mutable, so when it passes no, because the reference count will still be passed to fillVec. So if you online, I'm guessing on, let me just check what the code does. Okay, so this is vec0, right? You're making it same as before, that's fine. Then vec1, you're filling it, that's fine, it's mutable. But the problem is on this line, right? So it's passed through. So the reference count for vec0 becomes, let's imagine that it starts at 0, right? When you reference it, which is on this line, it becomes 1, right? So when you pass it through to fillVec, it now becomes 0 in this function, in the main function. In fillVec, it now increases to 1 and then returns, right? After fillVec, it now gets passed to vec1, so any reference to vec0 is now lost, right? So even if I make this object mutable, the reference count won't change, because all I'm saying is this object can now be changed, right? So the only way I can make this work is by following the ROS documentation that was there and doing a clone. And I believe all this does is saying, okay, I'm not going to pass the original object to you, I'm going to pass a copy of this object so the reference count of the original object doesn't change. I believe that's how that works. So it just makes a new object, passes it through and stores that in vec1. But the original object can still be used because it's just a clone of the original object. Nice. So if I do a okay, so vec0 is passed into the fillVec function as an argument. In Rust, when an argument is passed to the function and it's not explicitly returned, you can't use the original variable anymore. We call this moving a variable. Variables that are moved in the function or block scope aren't explicitly returned, get dropped at the end of that function. That's where the reference counting comes in, because the reference count passes it through, sets the original count for that variable to 0, or just says, hey, this can be collected. The garbage collector or whatever will collect the value, so if you try to use it again, it will throw an exception, or it will throw an error. There's a few ways to fix this, try them all if you want. Make another separate version of the data that's in vec0 and pass that to fillVec. Okay, make fillVec borrow its argument instead of taking ownership of it, and then copy the data within the function in order to return an owned vec I32. Make fillVec immediately borrow a reference to its argument. which will need to be mutable, modify it directly, then not return anything. Then you can get rid of vec1 entirely. Note that this will change what gets printed by first print line. Yeah, because then vec0. So what we've done is just part 1, right? Where it's the make another separate version of the data, which is just a clone. The second one is borrow its argument instead of taking ownership, and then copy the data within the function in order to return an vec i32, right? So I'm guessing that's an and just if it's borrowing it, it's just saying I'm gonna say this one's done. I'm hoping it covers the other ones in another exercise. If not, then anyway. That's not all one. Okay, so exercise. That's not mutable and cannot borrow as mutable. So just change it to mutable. Well, that makes sense. Another reason why I really like Rust is because of that. That if your code does not compile, it will look at your code, analyze it, and then give you like a assumption of what you could do to fix it, right? So Rustlings verify. There we are. So if I do a yeah. I'm hoping to get to at least 50% by the end of the stream. Okay, so expected value found, macro vec, right? This function takes 0 args, but 1 arg was supplied. Function defined. Okay. So let me run Rustlings hint move semantics for. Okay, stop reading whenever you feel like you have enough direction, or try doing one step and then fix the compiler error that results. Get rid of the first line in the main that creates a new vector. So then vec0 doesn't exist, so we can't pass it to fillvec. We don't want to pass anything to fillvec, so its signature should reflect that it does not take any arguments. Since we do not create a new vec in main anymore, we need to create a new vec in fillvec, similarly to the way we did in main. Okay, so right, and then this is immutable, so we want it to be mutable first. Then we push, return the vector, So on this line, we don't need anything. Then on this line, we don't need that. Then I think that's it. There we are. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Just gonna let that load. There we are. So we can fix the code from listing 4 to 6 to modify a borrow value with just a few tweaks. First we change S to mutable. Okay, let me just... Okay, so let's have a look at this code. So we got a mutable X, right? Then we're letting Y be a mutable X and Z be a mutable X. So first we change that, then we create a mutable reference then with @mute S, where we call the change function and update the function signature to accept a mutable reference with some string and mutable string. This makes it very clear that the change function will mutate the value it borrows. Mutable references have one big restriction. If you have mutable reference to a value, you can have no other references to that value. This code that attempts to create two mutable references will fail. And that's the error. This error says that this code is invalid because we can't borrow S as mutable more than once at a time. This first mutable borrow is in R1 and must last until it's used in println, which makes sense for the Y, because X is in Y. But between the creation of the mutable reference and its usage, we try to create another mutable reference in R2 that borrows the same data as R1. The restriction preventing mutable references to the same data at the same time allows for mutation but in very controlled fashion. It's something that newer sessions struggle with because most languages mutate whatever you like. The benefit of having this restriction in Rust is that you can prevent data erasers at compile time. A data erase is similar to the erase condition that happens when three behaviors occur. Two or more pointers act the same data at the same time, and at least one of the pointers is being used to write the data. There's no mechanism being used to synchronize the access to the data. I think the easiest way to fix it is just chuck let z equal and x to line 12 and chuck line 12 down one. Data erasers cause undefined behavior and can be difficult to diagnose and fix when you're trying to track them down at runtime. Rust prevents the problem by refusing to compile code with data erasers. As always, we can use code erasers to create a scope, allowing for multiple mutable references, not simultaneous ones. Rust imposes a similar rule for combining mutable and immutable references. This code results in an error. Here's the error. No problem, no problem, big problem. Yeah, because you're making S mutable. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure if I do that, I'm pretty sure it will work. Because I'm using it, then I'm using it, dereferencing it, then reusing it. So the reference should move. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, so if I do okay. Then get char shouldn't take ownership, right? So if it shouldn't take ownership, it could just take a clone. I think I'm done. I don't know if that's right though. Because in here, no. Well, technically, I guess so. It works, but it doesn't sound. It doesn't feel right. Let me just see. I know this is cheating. I'm saying that right now. I know this is cheating, but I do want to know if that's right or not. Oh, he hasn't done Move Semantics 6. How did he do Move Semantics 5 then? Yeah, he done Move Semantics the same. Okay, so he hasn't done Move Semantics 6. So I'm just gonna say it's okay for now. It feels very wrong though. Anyway. No. It's bothering me. I feel like that's wrong. Why does it need to be mutable here? Why does it need the reference there? Should take ownership. Is mutable already. Why does it need to... I feel like this is it. Nah. Is it then? Oh, nice, I didn't know. Structs. Okay, so classic, tuple, and well, yeah, it's just gonna be red I32 equals 0. Oh no, hang on. Green I32 and blue I32, right? Then down here equals color classic struct with red 0, green 255, and blue 0. Right. Yeah, cool. Cool. So now we got a tuple. Oh, that's nice. Oh, bollocks. There we go. The last one. A unit-like structure. No way. Wow. Okay. Oh, it just grabs the name. That makes sense, kind of. I'm at 30% so far, so hopefully we can hit 50 in the next 20 minutes-ish. No field name on type, FN test your order. Made by... Okay, so let's see. Okay, so order. Create order template, which just returns an order with name, Bob, your order year, oh, well, I'm assuming I could just do, and then where's the update one? There we are. So I could just do order, right? Then I do name, right? And then the rest I can just do dot order template. Oh, was one of them wrong? Hang on. Ah, count. There we are. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so let sender country is Spain and recipient country is Austria. Package new to make a new package with sender country, recipient country, and minus 200 minus 221 minus 2210. Sorry. Then we've got that should panic because minus 2210 is outside the I-32 range, I believe. Then we've got create international package. Oh, that makes sense because it's an insertion font. Okay, so that's sender, that's recipient, right? That's fine. But is international self? Oh, is it bullying or bull? Bull. There we are. Okay, so let's have a look. So that's fine. Now let's create local package. So let's send the Canada, then it's Canada, not international. Fair enough. Calculate transport fees. So the get fees 4,215. Okay. So how are fees calculated? So cents per gram is an I-32 1,500 times by 3 is 4,500. Oh, okay. It's just self dot, what's it called? Self dot weight in grams times cents per gram. There we go. I don't know if you'll hit 50%, but I'm hoping we get close. This is enums 1. No hints this time. Oh god, okay. That's good to know. Oh. Unless it wants that with the brackets. That. Oh no, maybe it wants something else. I think I know what it might want. I'm just gonna let this run for a minute. No, it just wanted that. Okay. So there would be move, echo, change color, and then quit, right? Quit is normal. This would just take an I-32, I-32, I-32. Then we've got this, which is just a struct. So it'd be like this. It would have x colon 10, x colon I-32, and then y colon I-32, right? Then we've got echo, which is string. I think that's it. Yep. Cool. Message has change color, right? So let's just check something. So we have state, right? Which has change color, quit, echo, move position, and then process, right? So from that first test, we can see color is fine, position is fine, and quit is fine, right? That's fine. So then we got state.process, message color to 2550255. So what we can do now is we can say, okay, this is going to be I32, I32, I32. Cool. Then we've got echo, and you know that's going to be a string. So we can just say string, if I can spell string, right? Then we've got move, which takes a point, and that's all, right? Then we've got quit, right? Because point's already a struct, that's there, so we don't need to do anything with point. So that's cool. Now process needs to have something like a switch. So it'll switch on message, where if, yeah, let's do create a match expression to process the different message variants. When passing a tuple as a function argument, you'll need to express fn function tuple. Okay, let's just see if that works first. Cool. So if I do Rustlings, hint enums 3. Cool. So if I do enums 3, I just need to remember what the switch match statement looks like. If I go to, there we are. So if I match on message, right, then I have message colon change color should go to self dot change color with message colon change color, right? Hang on. There we are. Then we've got message colon echo to self dot echo bracket message dot echo. Then we've got message colon what is it called? Message colon move, which should be self dot move underscore position with message dot move. Oh, it's move dot point because it just takes a point. Then we've got message colon quit, which should just map to self dot quit. There we are. I don't know if that will work. I hope it does. Ooh. Let's sort that first. So on here, change color is going to have underscore, right? Then we've got echo, which is just going to have an underscore. Then we've got move, which is just going to have an underscore. And then quit is going to be fine. And then I'm thinking maybe on here, so this, it should just be like that. Ah. How would I get it? Hang. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's fine. Let me think this over again. How would I do it? Okay, so this front side is fine. This side is fine, right? It's just this side. How would I do this? Mm-hmm. Ooh, maybe. I just want to see if that will work. Nah. How would I do this? So, instead of that, let's try... change color with message dot change color. Let's see what it says for change color, because the other two I know will be wrong, but change color is the one that I want to check. Change color. No field change color on type message. How is there no field of change color on type message? Message has a change color. Colon change color? Nah, I don't want to look up his thing. There's gotta be something like, okay, hint enum 3. Note that you need to deconstruct some message variants in the match expression to get the value in the variant. Oh, that's what it meant. So that's going to be a tuple of R GB. Then echo just takes a string, so let me just change that to an S. And then this one should just be change that to an S. And then move just takes a point, so I'm just going to take this as P. And then this should just be P. Expected U8, found I32. Oh, if I just do... Whoops, sorry. Or, I'm wondering, because change color is just a point, right? No, change color is the same as state color. No, because it's implementing... yeah, I'll leave it as is. I was gonna see if I could do some like reusing, but then I was like, nah, there's no point in that. That's just funky. Cool. Strings 1. You know what, I can go for a bit longer. Just checking if I can find it anywhere. Oh, that's great, isn't it? Can't even bloody find it. Okay, let's see. Rust by example with variable bindings. No types. Conversions from and into. That's fair. Did I finish my tea? Yeah, I did. Well, I'm assuming it's the and that Russ just told me about. Wait, it'd be really easy to fix this by changing the value bound to word to be a string slice instead of a string, wouldn't it? There's a way to add one character to line 9 that will coerce the string into a string slice. On line 9. I mean, I think it means line 8. I'm guessing it's just the and. Where's and? There's and. Yep. So that's trim. So that's just input dot trim, right? Then there's compose, add world to the string. There's multiple ways to do this. Okay, so that's just what's it is input, so it'd be let s equal trim. Oh no, I could just do trim me with input, right? And input plus world, right? input plus world, and then replace cars in the string with balloons. Okay, so this is trim, right? Then there is start chars next, trim end. Okay, then there is trim matches. Hang on. And there is insert. Nope. There is new push. Ooh, that's nice. I think replace range will probably be the best for that one. Replace. So it'll just be input dot replace with replace cars with balloons. Cars with balloons. There we are. Oh, it's just balloons. There we go. Let's see. Does that do it? I might need a mutable somewhere. Oh, come on. You know, I'll just do input dot push. I swear trim should be fine. Trim? Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Where's push? Push. Ugh. I can't believe it's making me do this. I'm gonna have to do string colon from input dot push. Oh, it might need a push draw. Mm-hmm. Oh. S might need to be mutable. Yes, it's gonna need to be mutable. Ah. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Well, that's a 2 string, so that's going to be string. That's well, it's pretty simple. I'm pretty sure it's pretty simple. This is going to be string slice. This is going to be string. This is going to be string. This is going to be to owned string. This is going to be string. That's a str, so that's string slice. This is going to be a slice. This is going to be a string slice. This is going to be a string. And this is going to be a string. Ah. Oh, that makes sense because format is formatting a string, not a string. There we go. I was going to say first try, but then I was like, oh, I got that one wrong. So close. This is module 1. Well, just be pub mod module. Yeah, I think I know how to do it. That's mod. That's mod, right? Don't let anybody outside of this module see this. Execute Rustlings hints on watch. What? Forget sausage? Or make sausage? Mod. Modules 1. Yeah. Make sausage needs to be public. There we go. I would like to get halfway there. So let's see how we do. I don't want this turning into a Tara stream though. Pair use self fruits pair as you can bring module paths into scope and provide news for them with the these as fix these fruits. Use self fruits pair as fruit and veggie, I'm guessing. For both constants. Fruits and veggies module and associate constants. Complete the use statements to fit the use in main and find the one keyword missing for both constants. So if I open them up, so in the use are now fixed because you're using fruit and veggie, right? The constant is pair, pub, const pair, static pair, right? An apple is apple, cucumber is cucumber, and carrot is carrot. But there's apparently something missing on the const. What's missing on the const? Pub const. First const. Let's have a look. Constant static. Okay. Is it that? That's static and that's const. Interesting. You know what, I'm gonna call it here for today because I know my mom just called me for dinner. So anyway, hope you guys had a great day. Like, subscribe, enjoy the rest of the day, and peace.